Are theme parks still safe? Well, why wouldn't they be? Top Thrill Dragster is broken after something flew out and injured a woman. Skyrush was closed for 3 months. A woman died on a voyage from medical closures. Gatekeepers chain snapped. El Toro derailed and was still towed. Shivering timbers, trains collided. You get the point. There have been a ton of accidents at theme parks this year. I figured out what's going on, and I'm going to reveal why so many accidents have been happening this year and ultimately answer the question, are theme parks still safe? This video is also about Team C's, but more on that later. Roller coasters are known to be extremely safe. In fact, you are 7.5 million times more likely to die in an accident on the way to a theme park. That means for every one person that dies on a roller coaster, 7.5 million die in a car crash. Roller coasters are so safe, you are 2.5 times more likely to win the lottery. I could go on and on with comparisons, but the fact is roller coasters are insanely safe. They are built with safety systems in case anything malfunctions, and more safety systems on top of that. Obviously, accidents can happen, but with the odds so low, why are so many accidents happening this year? Literally everything possible to go wrong is going wrong. Hershey Park, first storm runner, was closed for almost a year, and when it finally reopened, something happened to Skyrush. People thought the cable for the lift hill snapped, but then the park said that wasn't true. The coaster took months to reopen. These two incidents are odd, but both those coasters are from Intamin, so not that big of a surprise. Then you have El Toro, one of the world's best coasters. This coaster is literally one of the most perfect coasters ever, but on Tuesday, June 29th, that changed. One of the trains derailed and the entire back car dragged along the course before valeting just before the station. The back car dragged along the track caused so much damage that the park is replacing massive sections of track, and the coaster still hasn't opened yet. But once again, El Toro is an Intamin. Top Thrill Dragster is still closed after a metal object reportedly flew from the ride, injuring a woman. Top Thrill has been a maintenance nightmare for the park ever since it opened almost 20 years ago. But again, no surprise because it's Intamin. So many Intamin coasters breaking down in 1 year is crazy. But it's crazier when it's not only Intamin. The chain on Gatekeeper's lift hill snapped, and Gatekeeper is a B&M. B&M is known to be the safest of the safe and almost never have issues, so this is crazy. Then you have the woman who dies from medical injuries on the voyage, and the ride operator who allowed 2 trains to collide into each other on shivering timber. One of the trains was in the station, and the ride op just sent the train straight into it in front of her eyes. There were also rumors that a lap bar malfunctioned on Nitro and a boy came off of the Joker with a bloody head. There's also the 11-year-old who got stuck underneath the coaster's rails in Missouri for 90 minutes. And riders at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas were stuck on Poltergeist for more than 3 hours. And Arizona Park had riders stuck high in the air for 2 hours, and there's more. All this isn't including the many accidents that happen with park rides. I only included some of the coaster incidents. So what on earth is happening here? Are roller coasters still safe, or are theme parks still safe? There's a simple answer to what's going on. Accidents on roller coasters are happening more than ever because of a few reasons. Firstly, many parks were closed for a long period of time during 2020, and that led to a lot of rides developing issues because they weren't operating as often. When a roller coaster sits without operating for a long period of time, the coaster can have many issues once it reopens. Parks always test their rides before opening them for the season, and daily tests are done too before the park opens. So then why are so many accidents happening? The answer to that is money. Parks are all struggling to get back up, and as a result, they are cutting corners. I don't think they'd cut corners on maintenance, but they are definitely cutting corners. Another issue that 2020 brought is there's a staff shortage. Many parks had to reduce their operating season this year because they didn't have enough staff, and even though they may not cut corners on maintenance, less staff causes issues. Parks had to put less operators on rides and are trying to save money in every way possible. Many staff are being overworked due to the shortage, and it's causing them to be less careful. So what's all going on here? Are theme parks still safe? The answer to that is yes. Theme parks are extremely safe and accidents are very rare. This year may have had a ton of accidents, but the parks learned from it and are improving. We haven't heard as many new accidents recently, as it seems the parks are getting the hang of full-time operations like they had prior to 2020. Theme parks and roller coasters are very safe, and let me say it again, you are 7.5 million times more likely to die in an accident on the way to the theme park than to actually die on a roller coaster. Roller coasters are extremely safe, but the same can't be said for our oceans. There's estimated to be over 5 trillion pieces of waste in our oceans today, and it's up to us to make sure that number doesn't go up. To remove all the waste from our oceans, every person in the world would have to remove between 500 and 1,000 pieces of waste from the ocean. There are almost 600 million pounds of waste at the surface of our oceans, and you can help change that with Team Seas.
We're following up Team Trees with Team Seas.
And we need your help to get 30 million pounds of plastic and trash out of the friggin' ocean.
Mr. Beast and Mark Rober partnered us to help save our oceans, and you can go to teamseas.org right now and be part of this great cause. They're trying to get 30 million pounds of waste out of the ocean and need to raise $30 million through Team Seas by January. Please do what you can to support Team Seas, and I will donate all the ad revenue from this video until January to Team Seas. Like this video and go to teamseas.org now.
Teamseas.org, $1 means 1 less pound of trash in the freaking ocean.